The road trip continues for the Commodores. After taking care of business in Chatham, Falmouth is in Cotuit to take on the Kettleers, a team that has proven itself to be the best team in the CCBL through the first week of the season, sitting at 8-0. Hi, everybody. Welcome to historic Lowell Park in Barnstable, Massachusetts, Cape Cod's Field of Dreams. Along with Logan Safarenko and our field reporter, Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. So happy to have you with us this afternoon. A little bit of an early start because there are no lights here at Lowell Park. We're going to play some ball today, Logan, and the Commodores have an opportunity for their first win streak of the season after last night's 4-1 win against the Anglers at Veterans Field.
And though it was probably the most electrifying win of the season last night, it was on the fewest runs. 4-1 was the final score, but the biggest takeaway from last night was how awesome the long ball was. We saw Jacob Walsh hit his first home run of the 2022 Cape season, but then all of a sudden, Drew Brutcher clears the mountain behind the right field wall, and it ends up on the street right in front of the fire station. So good to see the long ball play a little bit of a factor these past couple of days for the Falmouth Commodores. So, like you said, trying to get that first win streak of the season, and all it takes is 2 games.
All it takes is 2, and there was a 3-spot put up in the top of the 4th. Those home runs by Walsh and Brutcher propelled the Commodores for their 3rd win of the season. Let's go into the starting pitchers, Logan. The starting pitcher today for the Kettleers, it's Adam Boucher, the right-handed pitcher out of Duke. He's looking to bring down the Commodores for the 2nd time this season. Last time we saw the Kets, they took down the Commodores by a score of 4-0.
Yeah, and that came with Harrison Cohen on the mound, but today is going to be Adam Boucher, the right-hander out of Duke, had a 4.29 ERA, 3-2 record, but he pitched right here in New England last summer in the New England Collegiate Baseball League, had a 1.50 ERA, and he held his opponents to a 1.71 batting average, and that fixed a lot of things in his 2021 season. Only had 1 1/3 innings of work, and he had a 13.50 ERA, but good right-hander, top 10 out of the state of New Jersey before going to Duke, so should be a big one for the Cats.
And on the other side, it's Grayson Hitt. We'll get into his stats and everything in the bottom of the 1st, but let's go into the Commodores starting lineup. Leading off once again is Alex Mooney, the shortstop out of Duke, his favorite spot in the order. It's what he always did with the Blue Devils, so a Blue Devil on Blue Devil to start things off here in the top of the 1st. After Mooney is Colby Halter, the designated hitter tonight. He's hitting 2nd. Hitting 3rd is Braden Taylor, the 3rd baseman out of TCU. Hitting cleanup yet again is Jacob Walsh, the 1st baseman out of Oregon. And following Jacob is Jack Payton, a new name. He's a catcher out of Louisville. He's making his Commodore 2022 debut tonight. After that is Corey Collins. He's in left field. Andrew Pinckney in the 7th spot, the 7er fielder out of Alabama. Hitting 8th is Drew Brutcher, who went yard and then some, like Logan talked about in Chatham last night. And rounding out the order is the 2nd baseman, Anthony McKenzie. Cotuit in white tonight with pinstripes, maroon letters with Cotuit across the jersey, navy blue hats. Falmouth in the road blacks tonight, gray pants, maroon stirrups, white socks with it as well, and in black hats. So Mooney steps into the right-handed batter's box. It's a righty-on-righty matchup to start things off here in Cotuit. First pitch to Mooney is a fastball in the outer half that finds his own for strike 1. First pitch, 4:59, 67 degrees, partly cloudy skies.
Delivering out of the stretch in the 1st inning.
Mooney playing shortstop tonight, the rising sophomore leading the Commodores in batting average at .250. 0-1, it fouled off of Mooney, so we'll do the 0-2 now. Alex had himself a double yesterday in Chatham. It was a hit and run. It was successful. It was on a full count. He hit it in a perfect spot in left field, kind of in the middle of nowhere right down the 3rd base line. So he steps back into the box. Boucher, as Logan mentioned, is working from the stretch. Has his sign, kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 strikes, 3 pitches. Cotuit, something it does not do is throw it around the horn. So quickly there's 1 gone here in the top of the 1st. Going through the Cotuit defense behind the plate is Caleb Lomavita at 1st, Brooks Baldwin. Playing 2nd base is Graham Pauley. Kyle Karros is at 3rd, Ryan Ritter is at shortstop. The outfield from left to right, Zach Cole, Victor Scott II, and Cade Kern rounding it out in right field. Next up is Colby Halter. First pitch to Colby misses outside, ball 1. He's the designated hitter tonight. Something the Commodores have been doing recently in the batting lineup has been putting the DH in the 2 spot. That's Colby tonight as he looks at the 1-0. Did he go around? Yes, he did. It's 1-1.
They've been DHing a lot of the middle infielders. Mooney's been DHing. McKenzie's been DHing. Good to hear McKenzie back in the middle infield today at second base.
Halter had a great night last night at Veterans Field. 3 for 4 with a couple of singles and a double. 1-1, low and inside, ball 2. Just got going here at Lowell Park. No score between the Commodores and the Kettleers. Falmouth looking to start its first winning streak of the season. Righty on lefty matchup. Boucher gets his sign and deals the 2-1. Fastball on the outer half, but finds the zone. The count is even at 2. Halter, a rising junior out of Florida. In the 2 spot tonight, comes out of Jacksonville. Hit 240 on the season. See, he comes set in the left-handed batter's box. 2-2 pitch, misses high, count is full. Something the Commodores have been doing really well recently is working these full counts.
But something they didn't do yesterday. Not a lot of full counts. So it's good to see him back doing it early.
Worked in their favor either way with that 4-1 win against the Anglers last night. Payoff pitch to Halter. Breaking ball misses low, ball 4. Falmouth has its first base runner tonight. It's a 1-out walk for Colby Halter, and that's now going to bring up Braden Taylor, the rising sophomore third baseman out of Texas Christian. Braden was in the 3 spot last night. He was 0 for 4, but he reached base in his last at-bat via E4. So another righty on lefty matchup. With Halter on first base, he was 70% on stolen bases this season with the Gators. First pitch to Taylor. Fastball at the knees, finds the zone, strike 1.
Very good pitch for a right-handed pitcher to do on a left-handed batter.
Taylor played in 59 games for the Horned Frogs, started in 58 of them, hitting .314. It's the 2021 Big 12 Freshman of the Year, hitting .324 with 12 home runs and 53 RBIs. Pickoff move over to first. It sails over the head of Brooks Baldwin. Taking advantage is Colby Halter. Rounding second, he'll stay there. The throw into second base, nothing doing as Ritter blocks it in front of him. But Halter gets over to second. Be an E1. It's our first error tonight, and it doesn't come from Falmouth. You don't hear that often.
Yeah, they didn't really make a lot of errors last night either until the 9th inning. There were a couple ones that made the game what could have been interesting, but luckily they still had that 3-run win.
It's always interesting with the Falmouth Commodores. No score here in the top of the first at Lowell Park. Man on second, 1 gone. The pitch. A 4-footer right in front of home plate, picked up by Lomavita. Fakes the throw to third, throws it over to first in time for the 2nd out. Advancing over to third is Halter on the throw. And now that brings up Jacob Walsh to do what he's supposed to do in the 4 spot, clean up.
Well, he did that yesterday. Not necessarily in the cleanup spot per se because it came in the 4th inning, but did the job, got his first Cape dinger.
It's a line shot to right center field. We still don't really know if it bounced off the top of the wall or it bounced off the berm really hard in right field. It did one of those things, but we know one thing. It went over the fence, and you said it. Walsh had his first Cape home run of the season, and he starts this at-bat with a swing and a miss at a breaking ball that was well below his knees for strike 1. Falmouth nothing, Cotuit nothing. Top of the first, 2 gone. Man on third, it's Colby Halter. 0-1 the count to Jacob Walsh. The pitch. High and outside, ball 1, count even.
He's been striking out a lot these past couple of days. Got to make sure to find the way to put the ball in play.
It was a bumpy start for Jacob. It didn't strike out last night, though. 1-1. It's skied, pop in the air. Over to the left side, trailing to his right is Karros, who makes the easy grab in foul territory, and that's how the top of the first ends. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. As we head into the bottom half of the first, Falmouth looking to keep it goose eggs. No score here at Lowell Park. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Well, we're back here at Lowell Park where the Falmouth Commodores and Cotuit Kettleers are heading to the bottom of the first inning. Carter Bainbridge here doing the field reporting for today's game. And guys, entering the day at 8-0, the Kettleers are off to a roaring start this season, currently first place in the Western Division and the last remaining undefeated team. They lead the league in runs scored, do the Kets. They've tossed 5 shutouts, and they've stolen 10 more bases than any other team coming into today. At this point, this version of the Runnin' Kets looks like it could be a team to make a push for championship number 18, but it's not yet the best start in Cotuit history. The 2002 Kettleers still hold the record for the best start in league history. That year, Cotuit started 13-0-2 before finally losing its first game. That 15-game unbeaten streak to start a year also remains a Cape League record. So these Kets are only about halfway there to tying that mark. Guys?
Well, Carter, thanks so much. Into the bottom of the first here at Lowell Park in Barnstable, Mass. No score between the Commodores and the Kettleers. That was Carter Bainbridge. To my right is Logan Safarenko. I'm Trey Redfield. Let's go into tonight's starting pitcher for Falmouth. It's Grayson Hitt, the lefty out of Alabama. Logan, it's important for Grayson to find those strikes early, knowing he was struggling with base on balls last time he was on the bump.
Yeah, last time he was on the bump. 3 innings of work, 1 hit, 2 runs. Both of them were earned. He struck out 4, but like we mentioned, he walked 5. We saw last night Josh Hartle limit the walks to 0. Grayson Hitt can have a lot of success tonight if he's able to match that trend.
It starts with Brooks Baldwin. He's playing first base tonight for the Kettleers. He comes out of UNCW. He's hitting .303 this season with 10 hits, 33 at-bats. 4 RBIs, does not have a home run to his name just yet. Lefty on righty matchup. Hit working from the windup, deals. It's a bunt onto the left side. Will it roll foul? Yes, it will. Braden Taylor, smart play by him, just letting it go to his right. So it's 0-1 on Baldwin. Following the Seahawk first baseman, it's Carter Trice. He's in the designated hitter spot, hitting second. Zach Cole in left. Cade Kern hitting cleanup for the Kettleers. Batting fifth is Victor Scott the second. After the Georgia Tech yellow jacket, it's Kyle Karros. He's playing third base tonight from UCLA. Ryan Ritter hitting seventh. Graham Pauly hitting eighth. And Caleb Lomavita rounding out the Cotuit order. On the field, it's Jack Payton behind the plate, Jacob Walsh at first, Anthony McKenzie at second, Braden Taylor at third, Alex Mooney at short as Hitt delivers the 0-1, a breaking ball at the knees for strike 2. And the outfield moving from left to right, Corey Collins, Andrew Pinckney, and Drew Brutcher. So Baldwin quickly down 0-2 in this bottom half of the first. Hitt gets his sign and deals. 58-footer that bounces in the dirt. It's now 1-2 to Baldwin. Redshirt junior out of UNCW. Comes from a baseball family. His father, Chuck, played at Clemson. His class of 1987 there, the ACC Player of the Year in 1986. As Hitt delivers the 1-2. A breaking ball. He got him on strikes. A backwards K to start off for Grayson Hitt. And there's one gone here in the bottom half of the fourth.
Well, he utilized the lefty on righty matchup to his advantage. Tried to go to the outside part of the strike zone with a breaking ball. Got him to look. That was a fastball. You might have seen the leadoff hitter for the Cats, Brooks Baldwin, fight it off, but instead he froze him.
So now it's Carter Trice who steps up to the plate. In the right-handed batter's box, just like Baldwin. And Hitt's first pitch is a fastball, a little bit above the knees for strike 1 at 89 miles an hour. Trice played last season at Old Dominion as the 0-1 comes in, misses a little low. 82 miles an hour on that one. It's now 1-1. But Trice was with the Monarchs this season, but on June 3rd, he transferred to NC State. 1-1. 89 miles an hour again. This one at the knees for strike 2. 1-2 the count on Trice. Rising junior who was second team All-Conference USA this past season. His hit deals the 1-2. Just a bit outside at 91, count even at 2. Trice this season hit .288 in 51 starts, 17 home runs and 49 RBIs. 2-2s in the dirt. The count is full. Just like what we saw in the top half, the number 2 hitter dealing with a full count.
It's going to be one of those games compared to last night.
2 hours and 18 minutes total game time at Veterans Field. If you blinked, you may have missed it. Payoff pitch from Hitt. Breaking ball, another backwards K. How about it? Grayson Hitt with back-to-back strikeouts to start off the bottom half of the first. 2 gone here at Lowell Park. No score between the Doors and Cats.
Well, in his last start against Chatham, of the 5 strikeouts he had, 1 of them was looking. So he already beat that total, striking out the first 2 batters he's seen today looking.
So first lefty-on-lefty matchup this afternoon. Zach Cole at the plate as Hitt delivers a breaking ball a little bit above the letters. We start off the third at-bat of the game for the Kettleers at 1-0.
Sweeping breaking ball.
Cole comes out of Ball State as he's ready for the 1-0. It's in the dirt. He's ahead 2-0 now. With the Cardinals, he started in 52 games out of the 55 played, hitting .361 with 13 home runs and 47 RBIs. His first team All-Mid-American Conference and on the defensive team this season. 2-0 from Hitt. High and tight. Moving back is Cole a little bit in the batter's box. Is now 3-0.
Just got to be careful here. We told him to limit the walks. See how he attacks on a 3-0.
Hitt delivers. Too high, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Zach Cole, and Cotuit has its first man aboard. Hitt comes from Germantown, Tennessee, where this season with the Crimson Tide, he started in all 14 of his games. He was the Sunday starter this season for Bama. 5.34 ERA. Strikeout to walk ratio 68-30. Pitching in 60 2/3 innings this season with the Tide. So Cole on first, Cade Kern at the plate, and he looks at strike 1 right down the pipe.
Again, got the lefty on righty matchup now, so he's utilizing the outside part of the strike zone.
Cole with a modest lead off first. The infield at a normal depth with 2 gone here in the bottom half of the first inning. Hitt deals a breaking ball, and it's cut on and miss for strike 2.
A sweeper.
It was nasty. It started on the top right half of the zone and just broke down in the bottom left half if you look behind the plate. Hitt working from the stretch. Gets his sign from Peyton, looks over at first, deals the 0-2, runner goes. It's hit to the right side, foul, and out of play into the woods. It's a beautiful setting here at Lowell Park. It's called Cape Cod's Field of Dreams because there's trees all around it, and then smack dab in the middle, there's a baseball field, and it's a beautiful one.
Fantastic parking situation, like the actual Field of Dreams in Iowa.
Yeah. Hitt comes set and deals the 0-2. Outside, cut on and miss for strike 3. All 3 outs, K's delivered by Grayson Hitt. We're through 1 here at Lowell Park. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Top of the second coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Top of the second inning here at Lowell Park. No score between the Commodores and Kettleers. With Logan Safarenko, I'm Trey Redfield. Carter Bainbridge on the field for us this afternoon. And it's Jack Payton that steps into the box for the first time this afternoon. Righty on righty matchup as Adam Boucher is still on the mound for the Kettleers. not really still. It's his second inning of work in the second, but he fires the first pitch, low and away for strike one. Payton, the rising sophomore catcher out of Louisville. Comes back into the box, looks at a breaking ball outside, count even at 1.
Payton made his debut on Sunday with the doubleheader against the Orleans Firebirds. DH'd and played a little catcher.
He was the top-ranked catcher in Illinois, according to Perfect Game USA, coming out of high school, and he rips the next pitch, a line shot down the line, fair ball over to left field, and staying at first base is Payton. But the throw gets away. Now he's going towards second, and that's where he's going to end up. The throw in from the outfield was airmailed, and taking advantage of it is Payton. So not only does Falmouth have the first hit this afternoon, the Commodores are in business with no one gone here in the top of the second. Still no score between the Doors and Cats.
Well, we'll see how they score that if it's a single and an error. But Cole, the left fielder, tried to get it in, maybe seeing if Payton was going to take second. Payton, not the fastest, not an incredible threat to take second, but throw airmail, then here he is.
So an inning and a half in, and Cotuit already has 2 errors to its name. First pitch to Corey Collins is fouled back. It's 0-1 to the Georgia left fielder, rising junior.
Georgia left fielder, Georgia catcher as well. It's so crazy trying to stuff these guys in the same lineup.
Yeah.
Got Payton and you got Collins, both catchers. Get the bats in there.
Righty on lefty duel, 0-1. Breaking ball outside, count even at 1. Seen Collins at Georgia catch DH, not really much at left field. He reminds me of Blake Swihart, the former Red Sox catcher, is behind the plate and found time in the outfield as well just to get squeezed in. Very similar. 1-1. Fastball at the knees, 1-2.
Had a couple outfield assists as well. And some time in left field. Yeah. I think he was basically a center fielder sometimes.
Yeah. Whatever the Sox could do to put Swihart out there. But Collins he was hitting .256 at Georgia this past season as the 1-2 comes in. Breaking ball misses low and in. It's now 2-2. Sitting at 6'2", 220 pounds. Hit 11 home runs, 37 RBIs. Something he loves to do, he loves to watch his home runs. When he hits one, he knows it and he shows it. 2-2 with no one gone. Hit high in the air on the left side, out of play, going into the woods. Behind those third base bleacher grandstands, I guess.
A lot of fans in
the
grandstands.
A lot of fans there, yeah. That's
great
over there.
Well, I mean, you got clear skies, and it's their
second
home game that is supposed to last 9 innings.
Yeah, no lights here at Lowell Park. Two and two the count. No one gone. The pitch. Collins rips one out to center field. Scott tracking it down. He has to go back. Now he comes in to make the grab, losing his hat. And there's one gone here in the top of the second. Great read there by Scott. Good adjustment, even more so. Having to go back, then charging in to make the grab. As it's now Andrew Pinkney, the guy in the 7th spot, coming up for the Doors.
The wind took that thing.
Oh, yeah.
It took it, then it brought it back. So, good play there by Scott out in center.
We saw a lot of wind last night at Veterans Field. I mean, that was a big reason why Walsh's line shot got out. That was a big reason why Drew Brutcher's shot got over the berm at Veterans Field, too. So Pinkney in the box, swings and misses at strike one for a righty-on-righty matchup. One gone here in the top of the second. Falmouth nothing, Cotuit nothing. But the Commodores have a man on second, and it's Jack Payton. Got aboard with a single, and then the relay back into the infield sailed over a middle infielder's head. That's where Payton is right now. Pinkney swings and misses at the 0-1. It's now 0-2 to the rising junior.
Boucher trying to get his second strikeout of the evening.
Shea working from the stretch like how he does with no one on, but right now there's a man on second. Shea comes set, deals the 0-2. Breaking ball, a bouncer on the left side, goes foul. So Pinkney will do the 0-2 again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Falmouth. No runs, no hits, and 2 errors for Cotuit. First one came on a pickoff move when Colby Halter was on base. Ball sailed over Brooks Baldwin's head. And then Halter took advantage going to second, then advancing to third on a throw before the side was retired thanks to a foul fly to third base from Jacob Walsh. Pinckney back into the box. Righty on righty duel. One gone. 0-2 to count. Boucher thinking about the second base runner Peyton over there. So we're still waiting on that 0-2. Pinckney in. Boucher set. He deals. Fastball high. Ball 1. Coming in at 94 miles an hour. We've seen a lot of gas recently from opposing pitchers.
One that comes to mind was last week against Harwich. A couple of guys shoving over there.
1-2 to count. One gone. The pitch. Off speed, hit high in the air, right side. Foul ball out of play.
There go the kids again.
The thing is, will the kids go into the woods to find these?
Well, I don't know how far.
They got to give it a shot,
well,
right?
It looks like the path narrows down a little bit down the right field line. So I don't think so.
A bit of a tougher scene for the boys and girls trying to get a baseball. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball left side. Backhanded, no, it bounces over the glove of Caros. That's the third error today by Cotuit. Coming home the score is Peyton. He slides in safely. Defensive miscues for Cotuit propels Falmouth to its first lead today. 1-0 your score. One gone here in the top of the second. Pinckney on first via E5.
Well, the third error already committed by the Cotuit defense. Credit the Falmouth offense for capitalizing. And now here's Brutcher, who had himself the absolute moonshot last night.
Partner, you said it. Brutcher sent one. Pinckney on first. Righty on lefty duel. Pitch. Fastball high and outside for ball 1. And this is uncharted territory for Cotuit. It's been a while since the Kettleers have actually trailed in a game. Shea with the 1-0. High and outside, ball 2.
That was June 14th, almost 10 days ago.
It's against the Bourne Braves. They didn't even trail for an entire inning. Bourne put up 3 runs, and Cotuit put up 3 runs of its own to tie it back up. 2-0 the count with Pinckney on first. One gone, the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1 from Brutcher. He's playing right field tonight, where he hit .299 at South Florida with 13 home runs, 40 RBIs. Put up that stat line, even dealing with a lower body injury at USF this season. Stands in the left-handed batter's box. Shea gets his sign, comes set, deals the 2-1. Pinckney goes, swing and a miss, and Lomavita loses it on the transfer. So a stolen base for Andrew Pinckney, as it's now 2-2 on Brutcher, as that ball came right at the knees. But moving over to second is Pinckney. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 0. Top of the second here at Lowell Park. There's one gone. Pinckney on second. 2-2 the count to Brutcher, who chokes up on the bat a little bit more. The pitch. Going with the 2-seamer, high and outside. Count is full. Rising junior taking no time to get back into the box. Waiting to see what this payoff pitch is. Boucher deals. Fastball low and inside, ball 4. A great at-bat by another Commodore. This time it's from Drew. There's 2 men on with 1 gone here in the top of the second. Falmouth with a chance to increase its lead up 1.
The second walk for the starting pitcher, Boucher. Walked 20 men this past season at Duke.
So now it's Anthony McKenzie at the plate. Lefty on righty matchup as McKenzie is the switch hitter, the only switch hitter in this lineup. He starts off his at-bat with ball 1 on the outside. It makes you think with that second error, or just one of those errors, as time is called by head coach Mike Roberts. But now this gives us a chance to talk about one of these errors that we saw, Logan, the one that brought in Jack Payton, the E5 that got Andrew Pinckney aboard. Cam Collier, last time we saw Cotuit, was the one playing at third base. Right now it's Kyle Caros. My question to you is, though, partner, if Collier is at third base, does he make that backhand pick?
I saw in pregame, or I guess you could say IO for both teams, in the outfield and on the dirt as well, there were some weird hops today. I don't know if it's the way the field is with the field being dry today, but their hops have been very, very tough to read. So there's nowhere really to judge or say that that play could have been made by a different third baseman or a different infielder, because Karros was a fantastic infielder at UCLA. So I can't answer that 100%, but, you know, I will say the hops have been weird in pregame and IO, and they've shown it right now as Cotuit has 3 errors.
You know all about that West Coast ball, don't you, partner?
You know, UCLA is one of the teams that because I'm a USC fan and USC's baseball program is nowhere near as strong as UCLA's, I don't follow UCLA's as much as I should.
Really?
Yeah. My sister's a big UCLA fan, but, you know, good to see the Bruins on the Cape, though.
Yeah. Conversations over on the mound. Back in action here in the top of the second. 1 gone, Doors 1, Ketts nothing. 1-0 the count to Anthony McKenzie. It's now 1-1 as he swings and misses at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
McKenzie on the side where he likes to hit, where he hit that home run off of Loonsman at Wareham to make it 7-4.
Pinkney with the leadoff second. Leading off of first is Brutcher. As McKenzie squares the bunt, he looks at it. He looks at strike 2. Another 92-mile-an-hour fastball, this one on the outer half. It's now 1-2 to Anthony, who's playing second base tonight. Sam Houston State Bearcat wasting no time, just like how Brutcher did. 2 on, 1 gone, 1-2. Fouled back, a chopper that bounces right to our right off the fence. Alex Mooney's the one on deck. He's at the top of the order. McKenzie looking to extend the Falmouth lead. Commodores up 1-0 on the Kettleers here in the top half of the second inning. Pinkney on second, Brutcher on first. 1-2. Hit backside on the left side, fouling out of play. So we'll do the 1-2 again.
There are some kids that have no chance of retrieving that ball. They're sitting by home plate, and they're sprinting all the way down to the left field wall.
Don't
give
tell
them
them
credit.
that.
No, give them
Don't tell them that.
I'm giving them their credit. I am giving them their credit, and I'm giving them their shot.
Give them a chance. Okay, good. Glad we can agree. Lefty on righty duel, 1-2. High and inside, count even at 2. Tell you what, there's an open hole over on that left side. If McKenzie wants to go backside with it, he could, because Kyle Karros has moved a little bit over to the left. A little bit of a shift applied here for McKenzie. Here's the 2-2. Going with the off speed, and McKenzie goes down on strikes. It freezes Anthony, and that's a backwards K for Boucher. It's his second strikeout on the afternoon, and there's 2 gone here in the top of the second. 2 on for the Doors. They lead 1-0 to the Cats.
First strikeout looking for the starter from Duke.
So now it's Alex Mooney. It's a Blue Devil on Blue Devil duel. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to Alex. High and away, ball 1. Went down swinging to his classmate. Both rising sophomores at Duke. A team that missed the ACC tournament this season. 1-0. Breaking ball at the letters, but finds the zone, strike 1.
You could hear the movement on that pitch the second it was released. That had some, in the words of Carter Bainbridge, it had a lot of bite on it.
He does like that word. He likes to say that'll play a lot too, which does work. 1-1 is fouled off the top of the fence. Behind us, it's now 1-2. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Falmouth. No runs, no hits, and 3 errors for Cotuit. Pinkney on second, Brutcher on first. 2 gone here in the top of the second. The 1-2. Breaking ball, high and away. It's now 2-2.
The discipline there. Laying off that outside pitch. Righty on righty, that pitch won't go for a hitter.
Mooney went down on 3 pitches in his first at-bat. Another opportunity here in the second. 2-2. That was at Mooney's head, at his level, not actually at his head, but you get the point. 3-2.
Nice little head start for the runners as well.
Yep, runners will be going. 2 gone, top of the second, Doors up 1-0. Payoff pitch to Mooney. Runners go, bouncer over to shortstop. Ritter has it, throws it on the run the first, beating Mooney by a step. Tell you what, Alex Mooney always gives it 100% every time he runs. Couldn't beat it that time. As Falmouth grabs its first run, though, heading into the bottom of the second. Doors 1, Cats nothing. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're into the bottom of the second inning here at Lowell Park, and the Commodores are leading the Kettleers 1-0. Logan, we saw a lot of batters come up for Falmouth. We saw 6 hitters come up to the plate, which means it was a long break for Grayson Hitt, who mowed through the Cotuit lineup. 3 strikeouts from Hitt already and just 3 outs.
And because he mowed through those batters, he went into that break a little more confident, not overthinking things, saying I just got to stick to the game plan, stick to the routine, and I'm going to be in good shape. The Falmouth offense, on the other hand, they missed an opportunity there to get some separation. So hopefully Hitt can do his job right here. And Cotuit has not trailed for more than a full inning the entire season. So Falmouth looking to break that streak right here.
Boy, would that be something. But Falmouth leaving 2 men aboard in the top half of the second. And now it's Victor Scott coming up to the plate to start off the bottom half. Lefty on lefty matchup. Scott squaring the bunt. But Hitt's pitch was low and inside, so Scott pulled it back for ball 1. Scott's playing center field tonight. He has a lot of hustle out there in center field. Hitt working from the windup, deals the 1-0. Breaking ball, and Scott bunts it again, bounces right in front of us. Logan would have scooped it up.
I was ready.
The
I was
fence
ready.
Wasn't there, but it's 1-1 on Scott. Taking a couple of swings to get himself set again. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. And Hitt deals the 1-1. Another breaking ball, and there's another bunt. Hitt moving to his left side, picks it up, tosses it over to first in time. As Scott lays down the bunt, it was a beauty. Smart play there from Scott with Hitt moving to his right side, had to change quickly to his left, but the athleticism from Hitt retires Scott for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
They wanted that drag bunt, catch the defense off guard. And yeah, that throw was very, very cumbersome as he basically underhand tossed it or flicked it as if it was a bug off his shoulder, but nevertheless, 1 gone.
So now it's Kyle Karros coming up to the plate. Lefty on righty matchup, and the first pitch to Karros is fouled back on the right side, out of play. Behind the Bobby Siegel grandstand on this first base side. It's 0-1 to Karros, the third baseman out of UCLA. It's the reason why Falmouth has a run on the scoreboard because of a fielding error. 0-1, 1 gone. Hitt deals. A slow breaking ball at 68 miles an hour. Misses high and outside for ball 1.
Not enough snap on that pitch.
You could see with Hitt's facial reaction, too. He just didn't like that one. 1-1. Another breaking ball hit on the left side, fielded cleanly by Taylor. Couple of steps, and a chuck over to first in time for the second out. A 5-3 putout retires Karros, and there is 2 gone here in the bottom half of the second inning. Doors 1, Cats nothing. So now comes Ryan Ritter, rising senior shortstop from the University of Kentucky. Lefty on righty duel. You were saying, Logan?
Good to see a play made routinely over at third with that pregame hop.
First pitch from Hitt to Ritter. Misses low and inside for ball 1. Hitt gets his sign, deals from the windup. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Nice slider there from Hitt at 80 miles an hour to make the count even. Ritter was on the SEC All-Tournament team. He's also on the All-Defensive team in the conference. Little SEC duel here, Alabama to Kentucky, 1-1. 89 miles an hour outside, ball 2.
We've seen his entire arsenal, and trying to find that pitch he likes. Breaking ball was the one in the first inning.
See what he goes with here. 2-1. Breaking ball that finds the zone for strike 2. A little bit of help there from Jack Payton with the frame job to make the count even at 2. 2 gone here in the bottom half of the second. Doors up 1-0. Hit with the 2-2. Going with the breaking ball yet again. It's a slow roller on the left side. Hits. Going to try and let it go foul, but it stays fair. Braden Taylor trying to mess with home plate umpire Mike Hinojosa, kicking it to the right. But Hinojosa was saying that's a fair ball, Braden. And it's an infield base hit for Ryan Ritter. It's Cotuit's first hit on the afternoon.
Oh, man. See, that's
You couldn't get any closer.
More execution on a drag bunt right there. That's kind of the same idea. Perfect spot. Too bad there was nobody on for Cotuit.
And it's a perk that baseline is the grass, the edge of the grass.
Yes.
You don't see the chalk
Yeah.
all the way up down the line. But it's Graham Pauly at the plate now, lefty on lefty duel, and hits first offering is a breaking ball that's on the outer half, low and away for strike 1.
I didn't even notice that till you said that. That is very fascinating.
It was the same thing at Wareham, too. Hit comes set, looks at first, deals the 0-1. That was nasty. A slider that's cut on and miss to make it 0-2. We can feel that swing from here.
Now you got to go fastball inside. That's what I'm thinking right here.
Let's find out if hit does just that. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 0, man on first, 2 gone. The 0-2 from hit. Going with an 81 miles an hour. Wasn't a fastball, but it's cut on miss for strike 3. The throw down the first to end it. That's Hit's 4th strikeout on the afternoon, and it shuts down Cotuit in this second inning. 1-0 still your score. Top of the third coming up. Halter, Taylor, and Walsh due up for the doors. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're into the top of the third inning here at Lowell Park, and the Commodores lead the Kettleers by a score of 1-0. With Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge, our field reporter, I'm Trey Redfield. Happy to have you with us here at Lowell Park. It's beautiful here in Barnstable, Mass. Cape Cod's Field of Dreams. As Xana Boucher is on for his third inning of work, and for the second time, he's facing Colby Halter, the guy in the 2 spot for the doors. First pitch to Colby's a breaking ball on the outer half for strike 1. We are coming off with a first full inning that Cotuit's been trailing this season. The Kettleers 8-0 this season. 0-1. Fastball cut on and missed. That was low below the knees for strike 2 on Halter.
Boucher's arsenal has been filthy and on display. Shame he's not getting some help from his defense because he's done a very, very nice job in the first couple innings.
3 errors by Cotuit. It's a Falmouth's none. 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Halter walked in his first at-bat. It was on a full count. Plate appearance, I should say, excuse me. Then he moved to second on a pickoff throw that was sailed over the head of the first baseman, Baldwin. Then he advanced on a throw to third. 1-2. Fastball inside. 2-2. The Commodores got their first run in the top of the second off an E5 from Kyle Karros. Righty on lefty matchup. And the 2-2 to Halter. Breaking ball that's fouled off the bat of Halter and off the glove of Loma Vida. Did that get over the net there on the right side? And a fan caught it, actually. How? Wow. How about that?
It ricocheted off of the glove of the catcher, Loma Vida, and out of play.
So we'll do the 2-2 again. Boucher comes set from the stretch and deals. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Halter goes down swinging. That is Boucher's 3rd strikeout this afternoon. And it now brings up Braden Taylor, who hit a 4-footer on a 2-3 putout in the first. It's like in the bench warmers, you know, when who calls his shot? Someone calls their shot, and then someone's like, "Wow, a 4-footer" or something like that.
I was more of thinking the excuse
it was Richie.
me swing.
It was Richie.
It was Richie.
First pitch to Taylor. Fastball outside, ball 1. There's the excuse me swing. I think of Willie Mays Hayes with that Major League. He does the fakes. He does like that fake swing. He's like, oops, and he gets aboard for the first time, like 30 seasons for the Indians, something like that. 1-0. Breaking ball down the pipe. It's now 1-1 on Taylor.
That's been working for him, that breaking ball, especially on left-handed batters, which is so weird. A righty on lefty, the breaking ball being so good. That's not what a batter wants or a manager want. A lefty batter on a righty pitcher.
Shea waiting for his sign from Loma Vida. Gets it, lined up on the left side of the mound. Deals 1-1. Breaking ball fouled back and out of play on the left side, 1-2. On the left side in Boucher's point of view, so in our eyes to the right. That's where Boucher is on the mound. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 0. Top of the 3rd here at Lowell Park, 1 gone with a 1-2 count on Braden Taylor, who's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Shea collects himself and deals. Fastball high at the head of Taylor. It's now 2-2.
Taylor coming down to earth a little bit, trying to draw some late counts again and have him go in his favor.
He was 0 for 4 last night at Chatham in what was a 4-1 victory for Falmouth. 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, count full.
There's that full count. Now he's got to win it.
Something that's made the Commodores successful this season. Working these full counts, win or lose, they're bumping up the pitch count. But you know what? If you draw ball 4, you get a base hit, you win. Celebrate it. Payoff pitch. Fastball, line shot, right side, over the head of Pauly. It's a base hit for Braden Taylor. Right on cue, partner. Braden Taylor gets aboard with a single, and Falmouth has its first base runner here in the top of the 3rd. Doors up 1-0 on the Cats.
Well, he has the ability to fall behind in counts, work them full, and it's kind of here or there what happens when it's 3-2, but did it in his favor, did what he needed to do on a full count.
So here's Jacob Walsh. Flying out to 3rd on a foul fly for the 2nd time this afternoon. Righty on lefty matchup. Taylor has a lead off first. First pitch to Walsh is fouled back and out of play over to press box to our left side.
Ooh,
It's
just
now
hit a car.
0-1.
It just hit a car.
Well, thank goodness it didn't hit ours. We're parked all the way at the end of the parking lot on the other side.
The entire crowd just went, oh. And that's what they're all talking about right now.
It's probably the loudest the crowd has been today. 0-1. Breaking ball on the outer half, finds the zone, 0-2. That one was a paint job there by Boucher. A nasty curveball from the righty out of Duke. Comes set. Looks over at first. That's where Taylor is. 0-2 pitch. Another breaking ball, and it freezes Walsh. A backwards K delivered by Boucher to Walsh. It is the righty's 4th strikeout this afternoon, and there is 2 gone in the top of the 3rd. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 0.
4 strikeouts, second one looking.
The other one that came to Anthony McKenzie as Jack Payton steps up. Quick time of the action, had to get a shin guard. That was Braden Taylor's. Give it to one of the bat boys for the Commodores. Now Payton's in the box. Boucher comes set and deals. Breaking ball at the knees. Strike 1. 82 miles an hour. Payton led off the 2nd inning with a single. One of 2 hits for Falmouth this afternoon. Taylor leads off first. 2 gone, top 3rd. Falmouth up 1-0. 0-1 the count on Payton. The pitch. Change up that misses high and outside, ball 1.
They do have a righty warming up in the Cotuit bullpen. So we get eyes on that. We'll update you who it is.
I will say it is tough to see our
It is way out
Falmouth
there.
bullpen from our vantage point. Tough to see Cotuit too. The 0-1. Fastball cut on and missed for strike 2. Peyton was late on that one, was thinking change up or breaking ball, instead got the heater at 92 miles an hour. Righty on righty duel. Taylor leads off first, 2 gone in the top of the 3rd. Falmouth leads Cotuit 1-0. Boucher gets his sign from Lomavita and deals. Breaking ball hit on the right side, foul and out of play. That one going deep into the woods. A couple of kids knowing it too. Do the 1-2 again. Payton's a rising sophomore catcher out of Louisville. He's in the 5 spot today for the Doors. He's back in the box. Boucher still awaiting his sign. Peeks over at first. Now gets it. Kicks and fires with the 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt that bounces off the chest guard of Loma Vita, keeping it in front of him. And 2-2 is the count. Staying on first is Taylor. So the count even on Jack, the Cardinal catcher. Righty on righty duel. Taylor leads. 2-2, high and tight. Count is full.
Oh, for the second straight inning, the runners on will have a head start.
So Taylor with the lead on first. He's the only man on for the Doors. 2 gone, top 3rd. Payoff pitch. Taylor goes. Breaking ball laced out to right center field. Coming in to make the grab is Scott. Making a great read on it. Coming back in with a couple of steps and making the snag. And that is how the top of the 3rd ends. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base for the Doors as we head into the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0 your score, Falmouth in front. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're now into the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Lowell Park in Barnstable. The Commodores in front of the Kettleers, 1-0. With Logan Safarenko, I'm Trey Redfield, our field reporter Carter Bainbridge with us as well. As Grayson Hitt is on for his 3rd inning of work, facing the top of the order for the 2nd time. It's Brooks Baldwin at the plate, and the first pitch to the UNCW Seahawk is strike 1 at the knees. Check that, that's actually Caleb Lomavita at the plate, pardon me. So it's a 9 spot, and he fouls off the 0-1. So it's 0-2 to Lomavita, excuse me.
Just heard that in the stands. A lot of lefty-righty matchups.
Yeah.
For both sides. You got a lot of righty-lefty matchups on the other end.
Lomavita at the plate, 0-2, high and outside, ball 1. So Baldwin's on deck. I had my scorebook. Sometimes you make a mistake. Mistakes happen. They happen. Come and go with it. 1-2. Bouncer on the right side. Walsh can't get it. Neither can the second baseman, McKenzie. and it's a base hit for Loma Vida, a leadoff base hit. First time Cotuit has had one of those this afternoon. And now we are at the top of the order with Brooks Baldwin.
Now, the 3 errors that took place, resulting in the Falmouth Commodores 1 run, the pitching staff through 3 innings, 1 run is still very impressive with that league-leading lowest ERA. So the pitchers have still been doing their job. Hit's got a counter for Falmouth now.
Hit has 4 strikeouts this afternoon. As Brooks Baldwin steps in, he's one of those strikeout victims. Lefty on righty duel. Loma Vida leads off first. Not much of a lead over there. First pitch is hit backside foul. Bounces off the fence over there on the right side. A breaking ball that was well away from the zone, but Baldwin still went after it. Hit will take it. He's ahead 0-1. It was a backwards K delivered to Baldwin in the bottom half of the burst. So we're now into the bottom half of the third here at Lowell Park, and Falmouth leads Cotuit 1-0. Man on, no one gone. 0-1. Fake steal. Oh, here we go. We got ourselves a pickle. Thrown over to first with his Walsh. Loma Vida just hanging around. Now throwing to Mooney at shortstop. Backed over to hit. Always got to be involved if you're the pitcher in a pickle. Now it's with McKenzie, and he tags him out. The delay steal doesn't work for Cotuit. The fastest and most aggressive team on the base paths gets burned, and Loma Vida goes down. He's caught stealing with a bunch of different fielders touching the ball on that, and there is 1 gone here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 the count to Baldwin.
And that's not a drill they do every day at practice, if at all, because you got new guys coming in every day. So it's always interesting seeing who's next, who's going to throw it, who's going to make the tag. Good play by the Falmouth defense.
1-1. Breaking ball that's whiffed at and missed. 1-2. That's like the wiffle ball pitch that you feed me at Shoreway Acres. That's what everyone feeds me. Everyone gets me on the breaking ball there. I don't know what it is. 1-2 pitch. Going with it again, and it's a swing and a miss. It's caught by Peyton, so there's no such thing as a K2-3. That's Hit's 5th strikeout today. Doors up 1-0 here in the bottom half of the third inning with 2 gone.
Well, he is now has more strikeouts in that last outing against Chatham. He's feeling it right now.
So now it's Carter Trice at the plate. Another lefty on righty duel. Hit working from the windup. Deals the first pitch. A fastball hit up in the air. Over near left center field. 3 guys coming after it, and Pinkney makes the grab, sprinting in from his right side. Great call by Andrew. Great communication by the Falmouth defense to send the Kettleers down 1-2-3. There's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, no men left on base as we head into the top of the 4th here at Lowell Park. Doors 1, Cats nothing. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So Adam Boucher's afternoon is done for the Kettleers. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. That was unearned. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. And coming in for Boucher's another ACC pitcher. It's Max Gigg, the righty out of Boston College. Comes from Lynn, Mass. Logan, what do you know about Gigg?
Yeah, this guy's got the big right-hander, a 2.78 ERA this past spring, 4-2 record on 15 appearances, made 7 starts, 22 2/3 of work. Gave up 11 runs, 7 of them earned, struck out 26 of the 107 batters he faced, gave up just 1 home run, and held opponents to a 175 average. So an impressive spring with Boston College.
Didn't have to go far to play D1 baseball, just 36 miles from Lynn to Chestnut Hill. He's another righty, and he'll start off with Corey Collins. 6-7-8 due up for Falmouth, who leads 1-0 on Cotuit here in the top half of the fourth at Lowell Park. Be a righty on lefty matchup to start things off for Gig. Corey Collins coming up to the left-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Fly out to center field to the speedy and defensive king, Victor Scott. First pitch to Collins, misses outside. Fastball 94 miles an hour, ball 1.
Pumping.
That's what Cotuit does. Pumping on the base pass, pumping on the mound. That's a big reason why it's 8-0 on the season, the best team on Cape Cod. The 1-0. Fastball that misses away on the outside. Another 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 2-0. Collins was the first out in the top of the second. Looking to get aboard this time around in the fourth. 2-0. Another fastball cut on and miss at the knees for strike 1. Gig stands at 6'5", 220 pounds, rising senior out of Boston College. Righty on lefty duel to Georgia Bulldog Collins, back into the box. Gig, like Boucher, working from the stretch. Deals the 2-1. Breaking ball hit well to right center field. Scott has a beat on it. Moving to his right side. Makes the grab. There's one gone here in the top half of the fourth inning.
The third flyout to Scott out there in center, so he has been busy out there.
And the wind is not really helping out the Commodores either. Yesterday it was at Veterans Field. If you put that ball into the air, it was going to go a couple of feet farther and help you out. Today, not really much of the case. It's moving all over the place, moving towards the faces of the hitters. It's making Scott's life easy, you know, coming in to actually make a catch and not to look over the fence at the baseball. Is Andrew Pinkney's second time at the plate, I should say, is strike 1 at the knees. Righty on righty matchup, top of the fourth, 1 gone, doors up 1-0, 0-1. Fastball that gets away from Loma Vida. Had to reach to his right, couldn't even corral the baseball. It's 1-1. Pinkney comes out of Alabama. He got aboard with the E5 that brought in the Falmouth run. It was an unearned run given up by Adam Boucher. 1-1. Fastball, and Pinkney went around. He actually tipped it, too. It's now 1-2 on Andrew.
Getting a very good reception from the fans to the right of us. He's been having some good stuff out of the bullpen thus far. Filthy fastball high and in to get Pinkney jammed.
The righty out of Lynn, Massachusetts, comes set, has his sign from Loma Vida, and deals the 1-2. Breaking ball low and away, 2-2. Gig going with the slider that time at 84 miles an hour. Count even at 2, 1 gone, top of the fourth. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 0. Gig from the stretch. Fastball chopped foul into the Cotuit dugout on the left side. Not sure who that was that made that barehanded grab over there in the dugout, but not bad. But Pinkney, got to give him some credit too, catching up on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Count even at 2, 1 gone, top 4. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 0. Gig deals. Slider low and away, 86 miles an hour. Count full.
He hasn't found that pitch that's about the slider on the outside part of the plate. So we'll see what he does here on a full count.
He is working well with the fastball, though. You
yes,
gotta
the
give him
fastball.
credit.
The fastball has been torching him.
94-96. The righty with the payoff. Pinkney went around and he tipped it into the glove. That's strike 3. Pinkney upset with himself after checking 2 swings, or not being able to check 2 swings, I should say. And there's 2 gone here in the top of the fourth inning. Drew Brutcher coming up to the plate.
Well, there's that fastball right on cue. He jammed him once high upstairs, did it again.
It's the mentality of a pitcher that shows who's boss. You know, you realize, like, hey, I've done this to you once. Why not doing it to you twice? First pitch to Brutcher misses outside. Slider yet again. This one at 85 miles an hour, low and away for ball one. Rutcher still looking for his first official at-bat. He walked in the second. 1-0. Going with the fastball down the pipe, strike one.
Brutcher looking for his first hit, not playing the Chatham Anglers.
Said it a lot, we'll say it again. Hit it over the berm at Veterans Field in right field. Pitch. Bouncer right at the mound. Gig lost it, got it back. He tosses it over to first in time for the final out. So 1-3 put out to close out the top of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base as Falmouth goes down 1-2-3. Cotuit with an opportunity to grab a run of its own, but find out that the Falmouth defense can prevail for yet another bottom half. Keep it here. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Lowell Park alongside Trey Redfield. Today's lead play-by-play broadcaster, Logan Sofranco, taking you through 2 innings and a half. Falmouth Commodores on top of the Cotuit Kettleers. 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning as the left fielder, Zach Cole, will lead things off for the Kets. Grayson Hitt still on the mound for the Falmouth Commodores. He has had a very good start thus far, just 2 hits allowed. Here's his first pitch. Breaking ball gets the top part of the strike zone for strike number 1. Zachary Cole came into today batting .250, 5 hits on 20 at-bats. Here's the 0-1. Misses low, 1-1. Cole drew the only walk for the Cotuit offense back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-1. High pop-up into left field. Slicing over to Collins, moving to his right, coming in, making the catch. 1 gone here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Nice job by Cozart over there, dealing with the wind, but also to slice, like you said. Moving over to his right side a little bit to make the grab. Good job by Collins to force 1 out here in the bottom half.
So that will bring up Cade Kern from The Ohio State University.
Attaboy,
who struck out swinging back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball foul towards the Cotuit dugout and out of play. Cade Kern coming into today just 2 hits on 20 at-bats. The right fielder, rising junior. Here's the 0-1. That's inside, 1-1. In his year with the Buckeyes, hit .298. Very fine year with 9 home runs. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Sweeping breaking ball misses outside, 2-1. We have seen 5 strikeouts from Grayson Hitt. A season high for him on his second appearance of the year. The lefty from Alabama. Behind in the count, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low, 3-1, at risk of walking his second batter.
You know, he's talked a lot about with the walks. You know, you don't want to Grayson Hitt. If he walks a lot of guys and gets in that groove, he has a short leash.
The 3-1 pitch. Ripped down the left field line, a fair ball. It goes all the way to the corner. Collins going to grab it, and into second is Cade Kern standing up for a 1-out double. So the Cats have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Inspires up the Cotuit crowd. That's probably the loudest we've heard it today.
Aside from when the ball hit the car.
Yeah, Before that, they were silent.
So that's going to bring up Victor Scott, the center fielder who has been very busy out there defensively. VC2. Runner in scoring position. Cade Kern had the double down the left field line. Hit with his first real jam here with just one out. Falmouth on top 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Kern takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-0.
Is that what they actually call him, VC2?
No, I'd give him a nickname if I ever shook his hand.
Ah.
That'd be a good one.
That's not bad.
Scott grounded out 2 hit. The last time he was up, that was in the bottom of the second inning to lead it off. 1-0 count, 1-0 ball game. 1 out here. Here's the pitch. Grounded right side. Oh, what a snag by Walsh, and he steps on the bag, and there are 2 gone. What a play by Jacob Walsh. Cade Kern does move over to third, meaning the tying run is 90 feet away, but there are 2 gone in the bottom of the fourth.
That was a quick reaction there. Great job by Walsh, laying out to his left side to make a snag. The big first base mitt over there enough to snag it. There's 2 gone. Now it's hits game. You got a guy 90 feet away. You got to control if you're hit, but you could also, jam a guy with 2 gone. Make an easy force play for your infield. Just keep the ball in the infield. That's the key here with hit.
So now here is Kyle Karros. First pitch he sees, he will lay off as it misses 1-0. Karros, who grounded out back in the second. Karros from UCLA went to Maricosta High School, one of the more dominant baseball programs in Southern California, right by Manhattan Beach. A lot of Maricosta guys go to UCLA. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Grounded right side. McKenzie gathers, fires over to first, and the inning is over. Cade Kern is stranded at third as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Falmouth on top 1-0 as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Back here at Lowell Park, Anthony McKenzie leading things off for the Falmouth Commodores as the Doors are on top of the Kets. 1-0 in the top of the 5th inning. Jacob Walsh at first base defensively saving a run, keeping this game in favor of Falmouth. Anthony McKenzie, or his AMAC, is leading this inning off. Here's the first pitch he sees as he'll pull back the bunt attempt. McKenzie struck out looking back in the second inning. Batting lefty with the relief pitcher gig on, the right-handed pitcher from Boston College. 1-0 count, nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Ground popped up foul, and that one was a rocket. 1-1, and that was 93 out of the hand of Gig.
No loud shouts from the Cotuit crowd this time because I don't think it got a car.
Always a good thing.
Always a good thing.
The middle infielder from Sam Houston State playing second base today, batting 9th. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. 1-2.
Yeah, and Anthony's in a more comfortable spot in the infield. infield, I should say, because he's played left field a couple of games. Uncomfortable there, but short and second is wheelhouse.
He's behind in the count 1-2. He's got to fight off here. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. Gig does have one strikeout already. That was Andrew Pinckney. A very fine at bat. But Pinckney got tangled up on a couple of fastballs that ran inside. 2-2 the count. McKenzie already a victim of a strikeout today. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs and inside. The count is now full. Saw Braden Taylor work a count full and deliver a single. So we'll see what Amac can do with nobody out. Big gap up the 6-4 hole on the right side of the infield. The payoff pitch. Spoiled foul. Very fine at bat here from McKenzie.
That was a 2-strike swing there.
Just to stay alive.
He didn't like it. You know what? You got to swing at it.
Very, very fine move here to stay in this at bat. Count is now full for the second time. Here's the pitch. In the air to right center field, towards the gap, and making the catch, jumping in the air, is Scott. And there's one gone here in the top of the fifth.
That was, what do you call it?
I'm really curious to see where you go with this one.
I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. Like star stud. Not really star stud. The jump wasn't needed. He did it. He just did it for the heck of it.
Hey,
flamboyant.
I
there
love
we go.
it though. I love it.
Flamboyant. Let's go with flamboyant.
That's gonna bring off the leadoff batter for the Commodores, Mooney.
Extra. Can we go with that?
I love it. I
love it.
Here's the first pitch to Mooney. Popped up high in the air to left field. Scott moving over to his right, and he makes the catch in Cole's territory, and there are two gone.
He went all the way towards left field to make that play. Zach Cole thought he had it. Scott came over to catch it, and Cole just stood there for a couple of seconds and then pumped his fist. He was like, yeah, we got it out.
That is the fifth flyout to center field, the fifth flyout that Victor Scott has corralled. And for the second straight pitcher the Cats have had, the right-hander will work out of the stretch with nobody on. We saw Boucher do that, Gig doing the same thing. He's got two outs in his favor. Here's the first pitch to Halter. It misses outside. And his family members can't believe it. Great location there.
Since right to our right as well. Got a good crowd here, Max Gig.
He's got one strikeout, has yet to allow a base runner. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball. That time it catches the strike zone, 1-1.
That was a nasty slider.
Well, we've seen his strike three weapon be that fastball inside on right-handed batters as it was with Pinckney. Righty on lefty matchup now with Halter at the plate. Here's the 1-1. Cut on and missed. 1-2 now. Gig having some fun in his 2022 Cotuit Kettleers season debut.
Showing the stuff. Good fastball, 94-96. Slider, 83-85. Not too bad.
Looking to make it 6 up and 6 down. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. 1-0 ball game. Here's the pitch. Into left field for a base hit. There's the first base runner allowed by Gig, and Halter is on over at first with a 2-out single.
It's a nice rip there by Halter, finding the hole, using his hands to get to the ball too. I saw a lot of hands there with that at-bat. Halter choking up a little bit on the bat with the 1-2 count, taking it to his advantage, going backside a little bit to the right of Ryan Ritter to put the ball in left center field, excuse me, goodness. But either way, it's a base hit for Colby.
So that's going to bring up Braden Taylor, the the third baseman from TCU. 2 outs now. Here's the first pitch to him. He will take strike one. Braden Taylor grounded that little 4-footer right in front of the plate. Loma Vida retired him there, but he also singled back in the third on a full count at bat that he had initially fallen behind in. Behind in this count now, 0-1. Halter over at first. Jacob Walsh, the first baseman, should have get to him, is on deck. Here's the pitch. 1-1 now as it misses inside. 94 off the gun. Grayson Hitt doing a great job on the mound. We'll see if he gets the nod for the 5th inning as he would face the tail end of the lineup. 7, 8, 9. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Halter takes off, cut on and miss. Throw to second, is in time, he got him. Fine play by Loma Vida as Halter has gone down at second. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Lowell Park as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning between the Kettleers and the Commodores. Doors leading it right now 1-0. And guys, this is our second time seeing the Doors and Kets clash in one of the Cape League's fiercer rivalries, but Cotuit has had the final say in recent years. Last year the Doors went just 1-4 against the Kettleers en route to a 4th place finish in the West. In 2019 and in all 3 championships Cotuit has won since 2010, they've defeated Falmouth in the playoffs on the way to a title. It looks like once again the road to a possible Western Division title may go through Cotuit. So starting tonight with a counterpunch to shatter the Kettleers' 8-0 start would be a good first step. Guys?
Yeah, no matter how you put it, with the way the West has been, if it's an early start, 8-0 is very impressive. And if you're 0-8, look at it the same way, that's still a pretty big hole to climb out of. And if you're 8-0, it's pretty hard to blow that, because if you lose a couple, you're still in good shape, off to a good start. But nevertheless, baseball, as we mentioned pregame, is that sport where the worst team could beat the best team. I personally believe that is really true about baseball specifically, as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 the ball game. Grayson Hitt still on to work for the Doors. Here's the first pitch. He delivers to the shortstop Ryan Ritter as he foul tips that one. 0-1. Ryan Ritter singled back in the 2nd, was the first of 2 singles and first of 3 hits. Big sweeping breaking ball, 0-2.
My goodness.
We've seen that curveball work for him today. Hit ahead in the count, 0-2. Ritter the batter. 1-0 ball game. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball pulled foul. And we'll do the 0-2 again.
That, I don't know, descending, slow curveball, put them together, I guess. 70 miles an hour. That was a buckler. I wouldn't be surprised if Hitt went with it again. But what I'm thinking here is he goes fastball.
We'll see what it is. Here's the 2-strike pitch. He goes to the fastball as it misses upstairs, and looked like that might have actually been a changeup as it misses upstairs. 78 off the gun. 1-2 the count. 4 pitches in this at bat. Hitt still working in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul. Very fine at bat here from Ryan Ritter. And we'll see if he elects to go to the fastball again, which he's missed, or go to that breaking ball. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball, but another foul ball. And that's now 6 pitches in this at bat.
Something about the Kettleers that makes them so good. They keep fighting. They know what they're capable of at the base pass, but you got to earn it. What they do, keep fighting until the very end of the plate. Win or lose, it's just like the Commodores. Cotuit is undefeated.
We'll do the 1-2 again. Here's the pitch. Grounded right side, into right field, a base hit. Ryan Ritter with a very fine at bat on 6 pitches has himself a leadoff single.
Beats the shift too. McKenzie was a little bit over to his right side over at second base. Falmouth putting on a little bit of a shift by moving McKenzie over there, and they end up burning McKenzie because there was a wide open hole on that right side of the infield, and it ends out working in Cotuit's favor. Leadoff single for Ritter.
Well, we were talking about this last night. If the Falmouth Commodores lead the Cape League in double plays turned, they've turned quite a few. So now here's Pauly First pitch to him. He shows bunt, gets it down. It's a beauty. And the catcher, Peyton, throws over to first, and he advances Ritter over to second. Peyton initially wanted to throw to second, but decided to go to first on the safe play. One gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You get the easy out. You know, if they're doing a sacrifice bunt like that, yeah, they're moving a guy over to try and play small ball and tie the game up, but they're also giving you an out. So take advantage of it.
So now here is the catcher, Caleb Lamavita, who threw out Halter. Here's the first pitch to him. Breaking ball hit the other way and deep. Brutcher right there. Tagging is Ritter going into third, and he is into third standing up. But there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
So now it's up to hit again to force one of those line drives, one of those jamming pop-ups, jamming ground balls. Got to make it your game here against a guy who he's dominated. A backwards K to Brooks Baldwin in the first, a swinging K to Baldwin in the third. Let's find out if he does it again here, Logan.
Trying to do it for the 2nd time, strand the tying run over at third. So it will be Baldwin, 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the first pitch to the first baseman. He shows bunt, hit, has trouble fielding it, and the game is tied. Well, they did exactly what they wanted to do in putting pressure on Grayson Hitt. And here we are in a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the inning continues.
So it's an E1 towards Hitt. So that brings in Ryan Ritter. And that's a tough break. You know, it kind of flabbergasted him there. You know, Hitt had it, and I'm not sure if he wanted to go home with it. He shouldn't have. You know, if I'm Hitt on that play, I'm noticing, hey, I got 2 outs. They're going to bunt? Are you kidding? I'm going to just throw it over to first and make this easy for me. But unfortunately, that's the last pitch hit through.
Well, it is indeed an E1, the first error by the Falmouth defense, and it's only fitting that that's how the game is tied because the Falmouth Commodores got their first run on some errors. And like you said, Grayson Hitt's day is done.
Is it?
As they motion down to the bullpen.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
4 hits, 1-1 ball game. And we'll step aside as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts, in a now tie ball game, 1 run apiece for the Doors and the Kets. Grayson Hitt's day is done, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run. It was an unearned run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. He yields way to Ryan Slater, the right-hander out of Florida. The Gator is looking to get this inning into the 6th inning with just a 1-1 ball game. And Trey, should be interesting to see what the right-hander can do.
Yeah, the redshirt sophomore from Palm Harbor, Florida, stands at 6'3", 185 pounds. He comes in with a man on first. It's Brooks Baldwin. Grayson Hitt still responsible for Baldwin at first base. So first guy that Slater will face is Carter Trice, but Slater's stats, 5.34 ERA, went 6-4 with 6 saves for the Gators this season. He redshirted in 2021. Not a bad year in 2022.
So he indeed will face the number 2 hitter, the DH Carter Trice. Falmouth Commodores, it's only a matter of time before that one-run lead was going to go away with this gritty Cotuit Kettleers team just to find a way to win ball games. Here's the first pitch from Slater. Misses outside, or I beg your pardon, that's a strike. Gets the outside part of the strike zone. Trice struck out looking back in the first and flew out to the first of 5 flyouts to Victor Scott out in center field. 0-1 the count, 2 outs here. Here's the pitch. Cut on and miss, but it gets away from Peyton behind the dish. And advancing over to second is Brooks Baldwin, so the go-ahead run now in scoring position. And we'll see what Slater is able to do on a 2-strike count and 2 outs. Not totally worrisome, but anything in the outfield with the way Baldwin runs could be trouble. 0-2 count, 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Slater on to relieve hit. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Runner goes. And they're just going to let Baldwin get third as that pitch missed outside. So another runner at third base.
All about base stealing is the Cotuit Kettleers. And what you got to do now, not later.
1-2 count. Here's the pitch. High pop-up, twisting foul out of play into the trees, and we'll do the 1-2 again. 85 off the gun. A lot of Kets fans in attendance for today's second full home game. They have the doubleheader at the beginning of this week. 1-2 count, Baldwin at third. Trice the batter. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, 2-2. Slater at Florida walked 25 batters. A walk could be deadly here in what's been a pretty troublesome inning for the Falmouth Commodores, at least with 2 outs. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. This will stay in play into shallow right field. McKenzie calling for it, and he makes the catch in shallow right, but not before the game was tied via an E1. We go to the top of the 6th inning, tied at 1 as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Lowell Park here in Cotuit, Massachusetts, alongside Trey Redfield and Carter Bainbridge. Logan Safarenko with you in a now tie ball game, 1-1, in a pretty pitchers-dominating game, as Braden Taylor will lead off the top of the 6th inning as the big righty Gig will work out of the stretch as the third baseman from TCU sees a low ball. It's 1-0.
The reason why Taylor is at the plate yet again is because Halter got caught stealing on a 2-4. So there was a 1-1 count on Taylor in the 5th. Got caught stealing. Halter did. So now Taylor's back up to the plate.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. High fly ball deep to left field. Moving back is Cole. And he makes the catch. A loud fly out to left field, and Taylor is retired. Well, we've been saying in the early parts of this game that the ball wasn't carrying that much, but wind dying down a little bit as we're in the dusk part of the evening. Currently 6:31 Eastern Standard Time. Ball traveling a little bit more there.
And it's all about the Commodore bats getting going now, because if the sun goes down, it's ball game. There are no lights here at Lowell Park, so Falmouth's got to get it going ASAP here.
The first baseman from Oregon, Jacob Walsh, digs in with one out. Here's the first pitch to him. He will take ball one low. Walsh had his first hashtag Cape Dinger last night at Veterans Field against the Chatham Anglers. Delivered a little bit of insurance. It was 2-0 after he hit it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, misses outside, 2-0. Gig has done a very fine job out of the bullpen. Got some help from his catcher, Lamavita, as he gunned down Halter. 2-0 count, one out in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Chop to the right side, and that's going to be a fair ball, and Walsh is retired. 2 gone.
It's a tough read over there on our right side. It's a little bit of a hard angle, but, you know, tight ropes the line. Stayed fair, according to the first base umpire this afternoon, Jim Byrne. And then Walsh is retired, but goes back to my point, Logan. You got to get the bats rolling because that sun's going to peek behind the woods, and the umpires are going to call it ball game.
2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. The catcher from Louisville, Jack Payton. 2 outs here. Here's the first pitch to him, and that is strike one as Lamavita could not corral the pitch. And we say the angle, according to the first base umpire, but when we're set up, I can guarantee you from high above, that was indeed a fair ball. It's a 3-1 ground out. Baldwin to Gig. Here's the 0-1. That catches the outside part of the strike zone for strike number 2. Falmouth with 3 hits, Cotuit with 4. 4 combined errors between the clubs, 1 for Falmouth, 3 for Cotuit. 0-2 the count, 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. And he got him looking. It's a 3-pitch strikeout, and it's 3 up and 3 down as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still tied at 1 as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Lowell Park here in Cotuit, Massachusetts. Bottom of the 6th inning, tie ball game, 1 run apiece. The unbeaten Cotuit Kettleers. 8-0 on the year against the Falmouth Commodores. The 3-6 last place division doors, but a very fine win last night as the left fielder Zach Cole will lead things off. Grayson hit. Did not finish how he would like, but a very strong outing from the starter out of Alabama. And that's going to bring up Cole. So we'll see what Cole can do. Cole flew out to left field the last time he was up. Cut on and miss for strike 1. Falmouth Commodores have the day off tomorrow. And then they're at Brewster on Friday. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Cut on and missed, 0-2. Zach Cole from Ball State struck out 47 times in his spring 2022 season. Behind in the count, 0-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. That misses outside, 1-2. Slater, who entered this game in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs, trying to keep this game rolling as the sun is starting to go down with no lights. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Slater. Right down Broadway for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for the right-hander from Florida, Ryan Slater.
Couldn't have said it better. Legit right on Broadway. That was perfect from Slater.
So now that's going to bring up Cade Kern, who has the only extra base hit from either club today. Here's the first pitch to him. Spoiled that one foul. Now we did see back in the first inning for the Falmouth Commodores, Jack Payton singled and advanced to second base, but it was not ruled a double in the scorebook. So Kern has that lone double. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And he may have another one. No, but it's caught by Mooney. Alex Mooney levitates and pulls it back. And there are 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th.
That's going to be a star one day. Alex Mooney is a dog. Getting some love from the bullpen over there on the right side as well. He read that perfectly, made a couple of steps back, and doing so, you know, using his energy to just jump up in the air and make the grab. That was amazing.
That's the second time that we've been field level, and in what should be a double or a gap shot, Mooney has robbed it. So now that's going to bring up Victor Scott with 2 outs, and he spoils that one foul. On the first pitch, the count's now 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 the score. 4 hits for the Cats, 3 hits for the Doors. Scott's been very active out in center field. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for strike 2. 93 from the gun. Falmouth Commodores will have Pinckney, Brutcher, and McKenzie due up. 0-2 the count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. And it misses upstairs, 1-2 the count now. Slater has yet to yield a base runner. Scott 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the 1-2. That is in there. No, it misses low and inside, 2-2. Everybody, including myself, thought that was strike 3, but the count's now even at 2-2.
You and me both. You and me both. But, you know, now you got to find something down and in.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Good at bat here from Scott, and we've seen a couple of these as that one was fouled back. Seen a couple of these from the Cotuit offense where they've worked some counts and gotten a few base knocks. Scott grounded out to hit back in the 2nd and grounded out to Walsh, and Walsh robbed him back in the 4th. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Slater. That misses outside, and the count is now full. In a at-bat where he was dominating in the count, it's run full. Waiting on deck is Kyle Karros. Here's the payoff pitch from Slater. And that's upstairs, and he walked him, and Slater can't believe it. So that's going to bring up Kyle Karros, who would represent the go-ahead run. Karros with a couple of groundouts today. A stud from Southern California. Very fine year with UCLA. Hit .263. Started in all 34 games for the Bruins. Hit 5 home runs and 1 triple. Scott over at first. Here's the first pitch to Karros. Little excuse me swing right back to Slater. Slater over to Walsh, and Walsh gets it. We go to the top of the 7th inning, still 1-1. Trey Redfield will be taking the duties from here as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Top of the 7th inning here at Lowell Park. We're knotted up at 1 between the Commodores and Kettleers with Logan Stoffranco and our field reporter Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield. So happy you're with us this afternoon, turning into evening here in Barnstable, Mass. As Corey Collins steps up into the left-handed batter's box. Max Gigg still out there for the Kettleers. First pitch to Collins is a pop fly on the left side going out of play. It's 0-1 to Corey. He's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 flyouts to center field. But Logan, you got to give it to Max Gigg. This guy's been dealing coming in for relief for Adam Boucher.
Yeah, he entered back in the 4th inning. A couple of flyouts, only 2 strikeouts, but only 1 hit allowed. And he also got some help from his catcher, Lama Vida. It's a gun down halter. Done a great job in his season debut.
So Gigg on for his 4th inning of work. Gets his sign and deals the 0-1 from the stretch. Going high for it is Collins. It's a grounder on the right side, fielded cleanly by Pauly. Couple of shuffles and a chuck over to first in time for the first out here in the top of the 7th. So Corey Collins grounding out to second base to start off the top half. And it now brings up Andrew Pinckney, the center fielder out of Alabama.
He was getting some good cuts in BP, so I want to see what he can do here. The late part of the ball game now, in a game that's flown by.
Both runs were scored via errors. Pinckney was at the plate for the one that was scored by Falmouth in the 2nd. First pitch to Andrew is a bouncer on the left side, fielded with the backhand by Karros. Throws it over to first in time for the 2nd out. Baldwin had to reach a little bit up with his glove, but he makes the snag. It's a 5-3 putout, and just 3 pitches in to this top half of the 7th. There's 2 gone.
A little bit of a different result. That error that he committed scored the Falmouth lone run. Very fine ground out there, or I should say defensively.
So now it brings up Drew Brutcher. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk in the 2nd. Righty on lefty duel. First pitch to Drew. Change up, down the pipe, strike 1.
And a very fine at bat back in the 2nd with that walk.
Gigg from Boston College. Comes from Lynn, Massachusetts, just 65 miles from here in Barnstable. 0-1. Going with the fastball, fouled back, 0-2. Brutcher's playing right field tonight. Comes out of South Florida where he hit .299 with 13 home runs and 40 RBIs. Steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. 0-2 the count. Gigg deals. Breaking ball, cut on and miss, strike 3. If you blinked, you may have missed the top of the 7th. As Brutcher goes down swinging, it's time to stretch here at Lowell Park. 7-8-9 due up for the Kettleers. So we're tied at 1. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We have stretched, and we are ready for the bottom half of the 7th here at Lowell Park, where it is knotted up at 1 between Falmouth and Cotuit. 7-8-9 due up for the Kettleers, and it starts with Ryan Ritter, who is 2 for 2 tonight. Ryan Slater on the bump still for Falmouth, and his first pitch misses low and outside for ball 1, a fastball at 91 miles an hour. Righty on righty matchup, 1-0. Grounder left side, fielded by Taylor with a long throw over to first, and it's there. Moving to his left side of the bag is Jacob Walsh to make the grab, and there's one gone here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Now that's a principle that doesn't get talked enough about enough in baseball, and that's the ability for the first baseman to shuffle the feet and have good footwork. That's exactly what he did. Sometimes that's the advantage of having a left-handed first baseman.
Props there to Walsh, the rising sophomore out of Oregon. As there's a pinch hitter in for Cotuit. It's Chandler Simpson, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Choked up on the bat like he normally is, like we saw the first time the Kettleers took on the Commodores. He looks at ball 1 low and in. Slater deals to 1-0. It's hit backside and a diving grab caught by Taylor. Diving to his right to make the snag. That's what you call a web gem.
Oh, man.
2 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Knotted up at 1 between the Doors and Ketts.
Man, flash that leather. My goodness. We saw some troublesome defense from both teams today, but there have been some dandies on both sides. You got to give credit to the left side of that infield for the Falmouth Commodores.
Nothing better than a rivalry, a dogfight here at Lowell Park. That's actually not Loma Vida at the plate. We thought it was Loma Vida. It's actually Justin Mickness. So Mark Roberts, head coach for the Kettleers, bringing out all the pinch hitters. It's 0-1 to Roberts. He rips a shot down the line, right side, foul.
Mickness actually hit a solo home run the last time the Commodores and the Cats played each other. Of course, that was in a 2-0 ball game close to the 8th inning.
Mickness comes out of Kent State. Rising junior, hitting .294 this season. As the 0-2 comes in, misses outside, a fastball at 92 miles an hour for ball 1. So Loma Vida's afternoon is done after he went 1 for 2 today, as the 1-2 is hit out to left center field. Moving to his left to make the grab is Corey Collins, and that's how the bottom of the 7th ends. How about the defense getting it done for the Doors? Some adjustments made by Jacob Walsh over at first base, a diving snag by Braden Taylor, and a great read by Corey Collins out in left center field to close out the 7th. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. Top of the 8th we go. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So Max Giggs' afternoon is done, and he dominated the Commodores, going 4 innings pitched with 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Coming in for Gig is Chris Stewart, left-handed pitcher that's heading to Texas. And he just came from San Jacinto North, a community college. Look on his Twitter page. He's a lot of retweets about San Jacinto North. It's 1-1 between the Doors and the Cats. He was the NJCAA Region 14 South All-Conference Pitcher of the Year. So a JUCO product heading to UT Austin. It is 9-1-2 due up for Falmouth in this top half of the 8th. The sun's still peeking over the trees here at Lowell Park. Reminder, there are no lights here at Cape Cod's Field of Dreams, as they call it, because there's so many wood, there are a lot of trees around the park, and there's just a baseball field right here, but no lights. So whenever the umpires call it due to darkness, that's when the game ends.
So Chandler Simpson is playing second base as he enters for Pauly, like he did in his at-bat back in the 7th inning. And then Mickness will just do the catching for Loma Vida as Anthony McKenzie now hits from the right side.
So that's the battery. Stewart to Mickness. As McKenzie's set to go, so with a left-handed pitcher, McKenzie will move into the right-handed batter's box. Anthony, a switch hitter, who's 0 for 2 today. First pitch to McKenzie is high for ball 1, a fastball at 93 miles an hour.
If he gets on, if anybody gets on, look for small ball, because it's going to happen. It will happen.
Jeff Trenny doing whatever he can to have Falmouth win its 2nd straight game. 1-0. Another fastball inside, this one at 94, and it's 2-0 on Anthony.
And you don't care how it happens. Get base runners.
Got to find the way. But you don't, like I said, you don't know when these umpires are going to call this game because of the darkness. 2-0 the count, top of the 8th. No one gone. Doors 1, Ketts 1. The pitch. 93 miles an hour on the outer half. Paints the outer half for strike 1.
He didn't want that. 2 outside, especially lefty on righty. That thing would have gone the other way for a fly out.
So 2-1 the count on McKenzie. He's set to go in the righty box. Stewart, the southpaw, deals. Hit to the right side, foul and out of play behind the grandstand at first base. It's now 2-2.
It's almost like he heard me. A fastball with a lefty on righty on the outside part of the plate's going the other way. Just a matter of where McKenzie puts it.
Stewart, the first pitcher for Cotuit, working from the windup. Kicks and fires at the 2-2. Fastball at the knees, down goes McKenzie. A backwards K to start off Stewart's pitching line. And there's one gone here in the top of the 8th.
Well, now you're going to assume they're going to swing away just simply because you got the top of the lineup now.
It's Alex Mooney. 0 for 3 today. Down swinging in the first, grounded to short in the second, flew out to center in the 5th. Lefty on righty duel. First pitch. High and outside at 95 miles an hour, ball 1.
They're throwing it today. They really are.
That's what Cotuit does. 1-0. Another fastball, and excuse me, swing on the right side. It's a dribbler picked up by Baldwin. Toss over to first. It's not there. Stewart couldn't corral it, and Mooney's aboard. We'll see what the official ruling is, but either way, Falmouth has itself a base runner, and this is where the small ball comes in, partner. It's officially ruled a hit. It's Falmouth's 4th on the afternoon.
Even if he had fielded that cleanly, Mooney had that thing beat. So now let's see what Halter can do. Lefty on lefty now.
He is the second guy in the lineup. This is normally what you see with the second guy in the order. You know, you have the leadoff guy on. Maybe you force some sort of bunt.
Oh, with 1 out, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Halter's got that power.
Lefty on lefty duel. Mooney on first. Stewart deals. High and inside, ball 1. Colby Halter has himself a single. It came in the 5th, but he got caught stealing 3 pitches later. Halter back in the lefty box. 1-0 the count. 1 on, 1 gone in the top of the 8th. Stewart deals. Fastball that was a little bit above the letters. It's now 2-0.
See how gutsy Mooney gets over at first.
Wouldn't be surprised if he goes. 1-1 your score, top of the 8th. 1 gone, 1 on. 2-0 to Halter. Fastball low. It's now 3-0.
We have not seen a walk from the Falmouth offense since the top of the 2nd inning. That was Drew Brutcher.
1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for Falmouth. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for Cotuit. Mooney off first. 1 gone. 3-0. Fastball that misses outside. It's a 4-pitch walk delivered to Halter. So Mooney goes over to second. Halter's on first. He's aboard for the third time today. And now it brings up Braden Taylor, the man in the 3 spot.
Oh, we saw him with some pretty nice offense in his first couple of games. Looking for his first moment right here as we take a look at a quick mound visit from the Kets. They have 2 right-handers warming up in their pen.
Mike Roberts coming out to talk things over.
They're probably going to stick with the lefty on lefty, if I had to take a guess.
So as Logan said, it will be a lefty on lefty duel. Top of the 8th here at Lowell Park. 1 out, 2 on for the Commodores. Alex Mooney is on second. Colby Halter is on first. Braden Taylor is at the plate. He is 1 for 3 today. He got himself a single on a full count in the top of the 3rd. Boy, would that be something if Braden Taylor worked a full count yet again and won a battle to drive in a run.
Well, he also hit a home run at Hyannis last week that still has not landed. But then the next night at Wareham, he hit a home run that bounced off the top of the wall and out. And I think what they're talking about right here is that they actually are going to bring in a bullpen arm.
They are.
They're signaling out there. Yeah, they're bringing in the righty.
So a favorable matchup coming in for Braden Taylor. Stewart's afternoon is done, and it was short. He only faced 3 batters and got 1 out. It was a strikeout. But stakes are high here at Cotuit. Falmouth trying to put an end to Cotuit's hot start here at Lowell Park. 1-1 your score, top of the 8th, 1 gone, 2 on. We'll take a quick step aside. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Top of the 8th inning here at Lowell Park. 1 gone, 2 on. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. Commodores slamming on the door with Braden Taylor about to come up to the plate. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Kettleers. His name is William Privet. Comes from the College of Charleston and the Colonial Athletic Association. He had 25 games this season, the ERA at 0.91. Tossing 80 strikeouts, giving up just 15 walks. He had a strikeout in every game this season, and he doesn't lose. He only lost 2 games in high school in Chapin, South Carolina. And Logan, he's been bringing that energy to Cape Cod as well. He's having a great season so far.
Yeah, 3 games under his belt, 6 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and it was the only run he has allowed. Walked 4 batters, struck out 9, a 2-0 record, only 1 extra base hit, an ERA of 1.50. So the kid can shove, and that's fascinating that he has not lost since high school. That's insane.
He's not bad.
Well,
He's not bad. We talked about this guy a lot.
He
With
had a loss
myself, Logan, and Carter. We were talking about how this guy could shove.
He had 1 loss at College of Charleston, I believe, didn't he? He had 1, I think.
Well, in high school, he only lost 2 games.
So
in his
that's
entire
ridiculous.
high school
That's
career, he
ridiculous.
only lost 2 games.
That is insane. All right, let's see what Taylor can do.
Just kept it going throughout his pitching career, Privet. First man he'll face is Braden Taylor, third baseman out of Texas Christian University in the Big 12. It's a 2021 Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Trying to make this a 2-1 game, trying to give Falmouth a crooked number here. Mooney on second. On first is Halter. First pitch to Braden. Fastball high and outside. Ball 1 at 91 miles an hour. Taylor has a hit today. It was a single that came in the top of the 3rd on a full count. Mooney on second. Halter on first. No one holding them on. Now Ritter's playing some games with him at short. Here's the 1-0. That's high and outside again, and another one at 91 miles an hour. It's now 2-0 to Taylor.
They'll go chasing, though. It's so rare to see Braden go ahead in the count in these past couple of games.
He's got a hitter's count. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. Top of the 8th, 1 gone, 2 on. The 2-0 from Privet. Goes to the fastball again. This one at the letters, but paints the outer half. 2-1 now.
He doesn't want that. Good pitch, great spot. Righty on lefty. Hitter's favorable here.
Yes, Taylor is still ahead. Mooney with a lead-off second. Ritter to shortstop, trailing behind him a little bit. Halter on first. No one holding him off over there. Privet looks, deals the 2-1. Goes with the fastball, hit high and to the left. Foul ball out of play behind the grandstand. It's now 2-2 on Taylor. Jacob Walsh is on deck. He's the cleanup man, and he's 0 for 3 today. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for Falmouth. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for Cotuit. 2 on, 1 gone. Mooney on second, Halter on first. 2-2 the count to Braden Taylor. Righty on lefty duel. Privet deals. And with the fastball, did he go around? No, he didn't. Count full. Great hold there by Taylor to force the full count.
Didn't even come close to extending that barrel at all. Great take there by Braden Taylor.
Knotted up at 1. Doors and Ketts. What else could you ask for? 2 on, 1 gone, top of the 8th. Full count to Taylor. Privet looks it back at second and deals the payoff. Goes with the fastball, ripped down the right field. Will it get down? Yes, it will. Rolling all the way to the wall. Mooney hustling, tagging third, and now coming home. He scores. It's an RBI double for Braden Taylor, and the Commodores are in front. Dabbing over at second base, and rightfully so. Falmouth has a lead yet again.
Oh, what an at-bat. Sometimes that's all it takes. You just got to pull. Your approach, we talked about it with Anthony McKenzie. His approach is always the other way. Sometimes if you get the pitch you like, you got to pull it, put the ball in play, and get the lead back. 2-1 Doors.
How about it? Braden Taylor showing why he's a dog yet again.
And you got 2 runners in scoring position now, still with just 1 out.
Taylor's on second, moving over to third is Halter, and Jacob Walsh is at the plate. 1 gone in the top of the 8th. Doors up 2-1. Righty on lefty duel. First pitch from Privet is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Going with the changeup this time. First time we saw that.
He was trying to do it himself right there.
Yeah.
That swing.
Saw Walsh do it by himself yesterday in the top of the 4th with a solo home run to right center at Chatham, propelling Falmouth, I should say, to a 4-1 victory. 0-1 to Walsh on the outer half. Finds left side of the zone. It's now 0-2.
Just get it in the outfield. Always hear coaches say get it in the grass that's beyond the second half of dirt. That'll likely get 1, maybe 2. These kids got cannons out there.
Let's find out what Walsh can do here. The 0-2. A bouncer, a 56-footer that's picked up by the catcher, the new catcher, Justin Mickness.
Who just saved a run.
He legit just saved the run.
No backstop here. It's all fence.
Yep.
All chain link fence.
It's pretty far back. He'd say about 25, 30 feet at least. Walsh back into the left-handed batter's box. 2 on, 1 gone, top of the 8th. 1-2 the count, the pitch. Going with the fastball, Walsh fouls it away, left side foul.
And you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but let's see if this inning can take some time. Obviously, the light being a factor.
Why not?
You mean, might as well kill some clock while you're at it, because now the clock's in play.
Got to do whatever you can to get your second straight win of the season, right? Whatever it takes to take down the only undefeated team on Cape Cod. 1-2, breaking ball, grounder over the middle, coming home with it. The throw to the plate is in time. Great play there by Ryan Ritter to throw it home and tag out Colby Halter. Staying at second is Braden Taylor, and getting over to first on the fielder's choice is Walsh. There's 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Falmouth 2, Cotuit 1.
Well, all on display right there from Mickness just into the game. And we saw him block that ball to save a run. And he made the very fine tag right there as well. As it's going to be up to Jack Payton, the catcher from Louisville, to get that little bit of extra insurance over there at second in to score, that being Braden Taylor.
It's now Jack Payton at the plate. Got himself a single in the second, a leadoff single in the second, that is. He's 1 for 3 today.
And
flew out to center in the third, down looking in the sixth.
Ritter needed to deliver a perfect throw to home, and he did just that. Give credit to the Cotuit shortstop.
Righty on righty duel. First pitch. Payton checks his swing. A little bit above the letters, ball one. That's a reason why, one of the big reasons why Ritter was on the SEC all-defensive team this season, coming out of Kentucky. He's got a gold glove over there. One of the big reasons why he's found himself into the Cotuit lineup. 2 on, 2 gone, top of the 8th. Doors up 1. 1-0 from Privet. Breaking ball right down the pipe. Strike one.
That has to be, if not the first one we've seen from Privet today.
It is. Comes at 78 miles an hour. We've seen the fastball. We've seen the changeup. We see the curveball. Privet working from the stretch. Gets his sign from Mickness. Looks back at second. No one over there other than the runner. And deals. Another breaking ball. Misses outside. 2-1.
A little bit of mobility back there from Mickness. Moving over to his right, sliding to his knees to get that ball back to Privet.
Taylor on second. Walsh on first. 2 gone. Top of the 8th. Privet kicks and fires. Fastball hit behind us on the first base side and into the woods and out of play. It's now 2-2.
Oh, the kids don't care about the rope. They're going for that ball.
Whenever you can. Oh, my goodness, there's a lot going down there. Holy cow. 2-1 your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit in the top of the 8th with 2 gone and 2 on. 2-2 the count here at Lowell Park. Privet comes set. Righty on righty duel. Deals it. Fastball. Another one. Hits to the right side and out of play. Sun slowly starting to come down here at Lowell Park. Reminder, no lights here. Whenever these umpires call it, that's when the game is over. Cotuit 8-0 on the season. Falmouth 3-6. The Commodores in search of their second straight win. Payton steps into the righty box. Choked up on the bat just a little bit. Privet comes set. 2 on, 2 gone. 2-2. Breaking ball, lace on the left side. It gets by Ritter. Rolling into left field. Coming home trying to score is Taylor. To throw to the plate. Not in time. What a slide. Colby Halter coming in as the run scored. It's an RBI single for Jack Payton. And it's 3-1 Doors. It's actually Taylor that came in to score, excuse me, but either way, the Doors have themselves another run.
You brought your insurance card. Just cashed in. Still not comfy with this Cotuit team. These guys are so good. Gotta ask Collins to keep the train rolling here. Still got a runner in scoring position. Over there's Walsh.
So Taylor the one coming in to score. Walsh going over to second. Pardon me on that, but either way, Falmouth finding ways to score. So now it's Corey Collins at the plate. Righty on lefty duel. Privet fires. First pitch down the pipe, strike one. Belt level. Collins in left field today. Got a lot of action behind the plate and at DH at Georgia this season. He's back in the lefty box. Privet comes set. Deals from the stretch. Fastball low and in. A quick throw to second. Walsh gets in safely. 85 miles an hour from Privet. It's ball one on the outer half. Count even.
Both runs that came in to score belong to Stewart. The single and the walk.
Good point. Walsh on second. 2 gone, top of the 8th. Here's the 1-1. Fastball fouled back, now 1-2. So 2 on, 2 gone here in the top of the 8th inning. Falmouth leading Cotuit 3-1. Collins gets back into the lefty box. 2 aboard with 2 gone. 1-2 the count on Collins. Privet comes set. Walsh with a healthy lead over there at second base. Privet looking back, now fires the 1-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. So William Privet gets out of it, but not before Falmouth tacks on 2. The Commodores are in front of the Kettleers as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning here at Lowell Park. Keep it here. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Couple of changes for the Commodores. One of them is on the mound, another is in the outfield. We'll start with the one in the outfield. Corey Collins, he's done. Cross Baxter stepping in for him in left field. On the mound, Ryan Slater's afternoon is finished after 2 1/3 innings pitched. No hits, no runs, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Coming in for Slater is Joey Ryan, rising sophomore righty out of Boston College. Staying close to home this summer, comes from East Falmouth. Standing at 6'4", 212 pounds. Pitched in 21 games this season with a 2-3 record. ERA of 8.63. And he's facing the top of the order. 3-1 your score. The Commodores over to Kettleers here in the bottom of the 8th here at Lowell Park. As Brooks Baldwin steps in for the 4th time this afternoon. Reached on an error in the 5th.
Joey Ryan has been brought on this entire season to, as Carter Bainbridge might say, close the door. So
yes,
see what he can do in this late part of the game with a 2-run lead.
Righty on lefty matchup. Ryan working from the stretch, deals the first pitch. It's shot out to center field. Pinckney getting a quick read on it, moving to his right side and makes the snag for the first out. Great read by Andrew over there, who is the everyday center fielder for the Alabama Crimson Tide in the spring. Gets the first out here in the bottom half.
Everybody out here saying, ooh, ah, and it starts to see people start moving out a little bit as it's starting to get dark out here.
There's a new hitter coming in for Cotuit. It's Tyler Johnson, the rising senior out of Coastal Carolina, who fouls it back and out of play for strike 1. He comes in for Carter Trice. So the junior Wolfpack is done. He's 0 for 3 to finish off. Time is called by Ryan, trying to get a new ball.
Well, it's good to see the Falmouth Commodores get 2 solid runs offensively at a good time that did not come off errors.
That was 2 spot put up in the top of the 8th by the Doors. That's how we're here. 0-1, breaking ball right down the pipe for strike 2. That was nasty. A slider coming from Ryan to make it an 0-2 count on Tyler Johnson.
Man, these right-handed pitchers don't care if there's a lefty in the batter's box. They will attack you with a breaking ball.
3-1 your score. Falmouth in front of Cotuit. Here's the 0-2 with 1 gone. Going with the fastball. That was a 58-footer that bounces right to our left at 94 miles an hour. 1-2 the count on Johnson, who had 52 games played this season, hitting .357 with 19 home runs and 61 RBIs for the Cotuit Kettleers this season. Remember, the second team all Sun Belt Conference. Righty on lefty duel. Bottom 8, one gone. 1-2 from Ryan. Going with the slider, and it's cut on and missed for strike 3. Nasty pitch there from Joey Ryan, and there was 2 gone here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 3-1 your score. Doors over to Ketts.
Oh, man, he is fun to watch. He has been nothing
is.
but fun to watch in the early parts of the season, that being Joey Ryan. Now he's got another righty on lefty.
So now it's Zach Cole at the plate, who swings at the first pitch. Mooney jumps and makes the grab with a liner. That's the second web jab today from Alex Mooney. A great read off the bat, moving to his left side with a little jump. He makes a snag to close out the 8th. Let's go to the top of the 9th. 7, 8, 9 due up. Pinckney, Brutcher, and McKenzie. 3-1 your score. Doors in front. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
All right, here we go.
3-1 your score. The Commodores in front of the Kettleers as we head into the top of the 9th here at Lowell Park. Couple of changes made by Cotuit defensively. Josh Pearson in right field for Cade Kern. And coming in the pitch for Cotuit is Tyler Bosma, a lefty out of Kentucky, sitting at 6'6", 230 pounds. Started in 10 games this season out of 11 appearances. 4-3 record with a 4.79 ERA. The strikeout to walk ratio 43-19. Transferred over from Miami University, which is in Ohio. He's finished up his year with the Wildcats, and now he's ready to go in the top of the 9th, taking on Andrew Pinckney. Righty on righty matchup to start things off, and it's a fastball at 92 miles an hour right down the pipe for strike 1.
Late call, but this right-hander has yet to give up a run in 7 innings of work here on the Cape thus far.
Bosma is working from the stretch. Time is called. Pinckney is 0 for 3 today. He reached base via an error in the second. That was how the first run was scored by Falmouth. 0-1. Slider misses low and away. Now 1-1 on Pinckney. Falmouth put up a 2 spot in the top of the 8th. Couple of RBIs in the top of the order by the Commodores to propel themselves ahead. 1-1 to Pinckney. Another slider misses outside. 2-1. Andrew in center field Caught a line shot from Brooks Baldwin in the bottom half of the 8th. He made a great read, moving to his right side to make the snag. Trying to help himself out with the bat here, 2-1. Bouncer on the left side goes foul. Goes about 12 feet down that third base line.
See a few of those today.
That's what Cotuit does really well, jam a lot of guys. So does Falmouth, too. A lot of pitchers that aren't, finding the strikeouts, instead trying to jam guys. Not a bad trait to have. 2-2 the count, no one gone, top 9, doors up 3-1 on the Cats. The pitch. The fastball this time, misses outside, count full.
Gutsy pitch to take there on 2 strikes, but it paid off in favor of Pinckney.
Righty on righty duel. Bosma comes set, deals the payoff. Another fastball, chopped foul into the Cotuit dugout on the left side. So we'll do the 3-2 again. Pinckney has seen a 3-2 count today. He went down swinging in the 4th. That was against Max Gig. Now it's Tyler Bosma. He fires. With the fastball again, fouled. Bounces off of Mickness, who is down. Home plate umpire Mike Hinojosa giving Mickness some time to fight off that foul ball. Mike Roberts coming over to consult with him as well. Hopefully he's all right. That was a hard foul ball off the bat of Pinckney. So top of the 9th here at Lowell Park, 3-1 your score. Falmouth over Cotuit. It's a full count on Andrew Pinckney. Justin Mickness is down behind home plate. He came in for Caleb Lomavita, the catcher out of Cal Berkeley.
Oh, man.
This is tough. Mickness still trying to fight off this foul ball. We're going to take a quick break here at Lowell Park. Top of the 9th, 3-1 doors in front of the Cats. Full count on Andrew Pinckney. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Back at it here in the top of the 9th at Lowell Park. 3-2 the count, 3-1 your score. Falmouth over Cotuit. Justin Mickness is going to stay in the game after fouling off a 3-2 pitch from Tyler Bosma. And then we have the payoff pitch yet again. And Pinckney rips it foul just a couple of inches to the left side of that left field line. We'll do the 3-2 yet again.
Very fine at bat here from Pinckney.
Not going to go down without a fight.
As daylight is literally disappearing here.
Going down by the second is the sun. No lights here at Lowell Park. 3-2 the count, no one gone. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, and Pinckney went after it. The slider, and Andrews upset with himself after going after. And there's one gone here in the top of the ninth, and Drew Brutcher is up to the plate. Brutcher's in right field today. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the second. Righty on lefty duel. 3-1 your score, Falmouth over Cotuit. First pitch to Drew, cut on and missed. The slider for strike one. Rising junior is Brutcher, coming out of the University of South Florida. Here's the 0-1. Oh, with the changeup this time, it's cut on and missed for strike two.